years gone by about all the race hate.
I hope you didn't hear any of our conversation after it did cut out. But anyway, anyway, H from Steps, a tosser. So next in was Neil Razor Ruddock.
Oh, fuck
Now,
me.
he could easily have been the stand-in for Jim Davidson, because he's basically
Maybe.
the same
He's
person.
like a reality, very low-budget reality stalwart, isn't he?
Yeah, like, if you mixed it like Gazza and Phil Tufnell, you basically just make him, wouldn't you?
Is he a wife beater?
I'm pretty sure he is, allegedly. Don't you?
I don't know. Maybe he just don't tolerate no mess in the house.
If you Google it, I think just my blog comes up calling him a wife. Yeah, and Phil
That's a pretty
Tufnell
nasty
too.
Well, there's two about Phil Tufnell and Gazza.
I probably said allegedly, I'm not really sure. Anyway, he seems like a right twat. He's going to be like a Vinnie Jones type, isn't he?
You can never replicate Vinnie Jones.
He's just
exactly,
like, oh, didn't tell any of my friends about this because they'd all take the piss out of me. Like, well,
who are his friends?
You're happily taking the money, you fat twat, so go fuck yourself.
How much, though? Looks like pretty much they spent pretty low budget on the celebs this year.
Yeah, they spent all the money on that basement, didn't they?
The basement
tap
and
dripping effect.
Twist.
It's not really a twist even, is it?
Yeah.
I've got all like angry now because of it cutting out.
Oh yeah.
Shit, we need to get all professional again.
Well, we're nearly at the end of the Drake's now, aren't we?
So, yes, there wasn't many celebrities actually. 12, that's a bit tight, isn't it?
It is tight.
I'm sure they normally do more than that.
Maybe there's more to come. They did mention a twist or what have you, so...
I hope so. So lastly in was Heidi and Spencer Pratt. Now, I've never seen The Hills, but obviously I've heard of them both.
I'd never heard of them.
Yeah, I have. She was like a normal looking person, and she had like 25 surgical procedures done in one day, and now she looks like some plastic old granny like
25
Joan
in a
Rivers.
day?
Yeah, she had like her chin like fucking chiselled off, like her nose, her boobs done, like just everything. She was just total plastic. And then that fucking idiot who she's going out with or married to or whatever, I remember them breaking up and him like, he was kind of like serenading her or something to try and get her back, and she was like, piss off. But they obviously need the money, so they got back together. So
don't they like just break up at the end of the season and then get back together for the new season?
I don't think that show's even. I don't know. I don't watch those structured reality shows because they're full of arseholes.
Right.
He now I think those two are actually going to be quite good value contestants, don't you?
I've got no idea. I've never seen them before in my entire life.
Well, he said on the on the video thing, he said, "I hate all people." That's, a bold statement.
I've got no idea whatsoever, but from what I've seen of the situation and the twins, then I'll just say yes, just by,
well, the situation wasn't that good.
No, but when you watch American reality shows, these people know how to play that game properly.
Exactly. He was like, I'm in it to win it. He was in his camo gear, and then when Ryland sent them to the basement, he was like, yeah, good, because I don't want to be around those people. So... he set his stall out, didn't he?
I guess so.
And then when they went in, they were like, oh, we thought we were going to be here on our own. Like, yeah, you wish. Instead, you're with a bunch of fucking mad English people and toadfish.
Yeah, so how long are they going to keep up this stupid
I know,
basement?
that's what I worry about, because those tasks, they always drag them out slightly longer than they should. Like, like Toadfish was like, I think we're going to be in here for the night, mate, eh? No, you're going to be there longer than that. And that Paula Hamilton, when Toadfish came in, she thought he was there to escort her out.
She genuinely thought that Toadfish was production staff. Now, tell me, how is it you can spend the whole of the night, from the 90s onwards, like to this current day, in your house just sniffing cocaine, nothing else to do, and you don't know who Toadfish is? Now, that is being detached from reality.
Well, what's on the other channel at the same time Neighbours is on?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Cash in the Attic or fuck knows.
Neighbours used to be on twice a day. I don't think it is anymore.
Yeah.
18 years he's been in that role.
Man and boy.
He looks skinnier now than he used to, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does actually. He used to be really fat.
Yeah, he used to be a right fat old thing. But I still think he'd be boring. Like, he doesn't interest me. Like, Frankie Dettori doesn't interest me. That Trisha thingy, Gillian Talforth, I can't imagine. Like, he's going to have fights and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that Spencer will, but they'll probably vote him out quite... like him and her one housemate? Are they like Jedward?
Well, they said they're coming in together.
Yeah, and he said, we couldn't separate a married couple, didn't he?
Yeah, so I guess they're going to do that stupid thing where you can, they can play together, or it's your decision or what have you, or they do a task where they can win it.
No, I reckon they'll be just counting as one housemate. So how did you think Brian handled the whole situation?
Not bad. I thought he looked in quite a good shape, considering normally at the beginning of the season it was like, well, he actually does look like Eamon Holmes. But I thought, all things considered, he looked quite well.
I'm a bit sad about Jim Davison not going in because
that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah,
I said there's no JLC, and I said there's no Jim Davison
because like it would have made for more bile. It would have made for more exciting blogs and podcasts, wouldn't it? Because it would have been proper angry. We saw
Brian Downing being interviewed on This Morning earlier, and they asked him, "How do you feel about if Jim Davison was on?" And he said, almost like a butcher or someone, he said, "Oh, it's like, just professional, like I don't mind, like I just, deal with whatever I'm given, etc, etc." Something quite cold about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Jim Davison called Brian Dowling a shirtlifter on another show, just in case anyone didn't know.
Yeah, it was really sad.
He killed him something worse than that. So he's like, you lot,
he said
and
loads
all
of
this,
things.
that, and the other. So Jim Davison versus Ryland might have been pretty good to see, I think. But then I can imagine that Neil Razor Ruddock guy being a homophobe. That Spencer Pratt's probably a homophobe as well. Shall I just label a few more people homophobes?
All of them. The worst one though, Emma Willis.
Why?
Vehement homophobe. Never known anything like it.
No black people, is there?
Oh, what?
No, there isn't.
Maybe that's the twist.
Is that? No, there's not, is there? What's the twist?
I don't know.
They're going to black someone up.
Are they not? Are we sure?
No, there's not. There's an Australian. There's
no one even got a hint of
no, James.
ethnicity. I was going to say.
Oh my god. Well, you said Frankie Dettori was foreign. But
he does look a little.
He speaks. Maybe he's like Italian or something like that.
I think he must be.
That's not black though.
No, that's a long way from black.
But anyway,
up the minorities either way.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to root for Ryland. Anyway, I'm gonna put some money on Ryland because he's so obviously gonna win.
Yeah, but do you wish JLC was in there?
Yeah, I do actually, but I'm glad he isn't because it's wrong to promote domestic violence.
It is wrong, but I think that's what's different about Big Brother is that you can come from a situation like that, and it's like you've got that chance to either prove or disprove what people think about you. So
yeah, but it's obvious he would be putting on an act if he was in there. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he's going to go in there and get out his pucker pad and start demanding names.
Telling people, asking people about their sexual history.
You look at a house, you look at a tree, you look at a bench.
No, you don't.
No.
Don't look at those things.
No.
You look at me.
You're not allowed to look at a tree.
Not allowed to look at any fucking thing in this room except for me. You've got that.
No, I'm kind of glad he wasn't given that chance because he don't really deserve it. And he got off with that whole situation lightly. Like, I bought her a laptop so I can talk to her like she's a piece of shit.
Oh, hang on. It was a holiday in the Seychelles.
Oh,
and I think it was even a 4-week one.
Fuck
and I
off,
think they had free bar the whole time. So,
that's alright then. Just knock her around a bit afterwards.
And he couldn't even afford a proper thing to write on. He had to use his pucker pad.
Why did they keep mentioning the pucker pad
over
again? It was so weird.
Maybe it's some kind of sponsorship thing.
That's weird. Anyway, we tried to do all this fancy stuff on our podcast tonight, but we messed it up, and then there was a hole in the middle.
Yeah, there were clips, interviews, loads of things.
We had everything. We had outside broadcasts, all sorts.
Now we just had to fill in with some old shot.
But I've been watching Big Brother Australia and I still haven't finished it, but it's actually quite good. Some of their tasks and stuff is actually quite good, and we should have some of those. And Big Brother Canada is starting soon.
Starts in February, I believe.
Yeah, so that might be worth a look.
We'll definitely have a look at it.
It's worth a peek. I don't know if it'll be worth blogging, but maybe it will. You don't know, do you? And anyway, it fills in the time before old Chembot comes back, doesn't it?
Oh, it's such a long way till Chembot.
I know. Bring it on. So have you got anything else to say?
I have actually. Yeah, I've got a parting shot here from
Christ.
one of the house guests that sadly couldn't be with us this evening, Jim Davison. And I read in the newspaper today he released a statement on the subject of
Oh, did he?
Yeah, recent events. And he said, and I quote, "As odd as he was, Savile can't defend himself. The bloke's dead, for God's sake. Let's move on."
Have you noticed every single person defending Jimmy Savile has since been outed as a paedophile themselves? It's true.
Well, you just can't move for paedophiles these days, can you?
I want to mention someone's name, but I'm not going to because we'll get sued.
Oh.
Yeah.
You mean that guy that used to prevent... famous BBC drawing programme, not presented by Tony Hart.
Don't, because we'll get. No, we won't get.
Well, I've not said his name.
No, but Sally Burko did that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
What?
She had to pay Lord McAlpine how much?
50 grand.
Yeah.
But he wanted 80 originally, and then he dropped down to 50. So he's obviously a fair man.
But everyone else had to pay what, £5 or something?
No, I think that was just a floated scheme. But either way, it was cheap. Everyone got off cheap.
When are they going to get David Icke in the Big Brother house?
He wouldn't go on that mainstream media.
It'd be fucking amazing.
He wouldn't go in there with those humans.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Mm.
Anyway, we're not going to tell you when we're going to do our next one because it depends on how we
don't
feel.
know. It depends.
We don't know. We might do one tomorrow.
When is it? If there's an eviction tomorrow, we could do one.
Yeah.
Or we could not.
But James is on funny shifts now, so we're going to be a bit like all over the shop.
Yeah, but
we can't do it on our own, can we? Because we're not funny on our own.
You see Ant and Dec working separate.
Your friend said the other night when Ant and Dec were on, I haven't seen these on telly in years. Like, have you actually got a telly?
You must have just had. Must be in the Anglia region or something.
In 2005 was the last time I saw them on telly. You must have had his TV jammed on BBC One ever since.
You know what? It must be from BBC when they did that stupid takeaway show.
Was that on BBC?
I think it was.
No, I don't think it was. Anyway, we're digressing badly here. So it's really hard to say if it's going to be a good season or not. But anyway, Ryland to win, Spencer Pratt to shit stir, and everyone else is just fluff as far as I'm concerned. Don't you think?
He's hoping for JLC tomorrow night.
Yeah, have him parachute in like the Queen at the Olympics.
Yeah.
And then...
with a copy of List 99 under his arm.
And for a task, get someone to rub his psoriasis cream in.
Is that a punishment or a treat?
Get them in the basement to do it. Get Toadfish to do it, innit?
Get Britain's fattest family to do it. Get them on.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry about the little interruption in between. I personally blame BT. Good night and God bless.
Ta-ra.